Good afternoon. I am Carol Reid, Director of Student Administration at the University. I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. Firstly, can I ask that you wear a face covering unless medically exempt for the duration of the ceremony and until you are outside of the hall. Graduands, you will be able to remove your face covering before you come up on stage and will be prompted when to do so. This year, instead of shaking the hand of the presiding officer, you will doff. This means a nod of the head as you cross the stage. So please, you don't need your hats, just come up to the stage, and as you cross, just simply nod to the presiding officer. Can I also ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to other guests so that they are not being disturbed or having their view blocked? Finally, may I also kindly ask you to ensure that your mobile phones are switched off for the duration of the proceedings. I also have a message from our alumni team. From the video you have just watched, you will see that your relationship with the university does not end today. In fact, it's only just beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of over 190,000 graduates. Salford graduates go on to achieve amazing things, making a difference in all walks of life, from politics, industry, the arts and scientific discovery, to serving our communities through the health service, in schools and in public service. We would love you to keep in touch with us so that we can share in your life's journey and achievements, but also to ensure you are kept up to date on the latest benefits and services available to you as a member of our alumni network. As you cross the stage today, we'll be recording you, and you will receive an email from us in the next couple of days inviting you to download the clip of yourself. It is just a little gift to say thank you for you agreeing to let us stay in touch with you. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I can now declare this ceremony open to present awards to students from the University of Salford.
Graduands and distinguished guests, please welcome Professor Joe Sweeney, Dean of the School of Science, Engineering and Environment.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have some formal words to say, but what I'd first like to say is how absolutely chuffed I am to see you all here. It's been a long couple of years, and it's great to actually be here in person to congratulate you. Are you excited? Yes. I think the microphone's broken. Are you excited? Yes. Okay. So I welcome you all today, our graduands, your families, friends, partners and supporters. I also welcome our distinguished guests and my school colleagues to this graduation ceremony. Congratulations. We're here to celebrate you and your achievements. You're going to leave here today as University of Salford graduates, which is the end point of the first part of your student journey. I can say very sincerely, it has been an honor for my colleagues and me to work with you, and it's been a privilege to work alongside you and to witness the hard work that you've all put into your studies. I am, and everyone in the School of Science, Engineering and Environment and the university is proud of you for many reasons. Firstly, we're proud of your work ethic and the sheer effort you've expended in pursuit of your degree. Ability is not enough to deliver the achievements you've made. Hard work is also essential, and we have watched in admiration as you've committed yourselves to your studies with dedication and purpose. Secondly, we are really proud of the way you've adapted to meet the challenges which have been thrown up by a once-in-100-years global medical crisis. The COVID pandemic has been a meteor impact in all of our lives, and the effect upon your studies has been significant, and we know that. Nonetheless, you've all risen to the challenge, you've persevered, and you've fought your way through the difficulties to make it here. And we admire and celebrate your strength in reaching graduation in spite of what life has thrown at you. Any successful academic experience is only possible through partnerships. Your partnership with our academic and administrative teams, our industry partners who helped us design our courses, the external partners who validate and accredit those courses, and the local and national societal organisations which you have worked in and brought benefit to. Salford students contribute to society in many, many positive ways, and we thank you for all of your hard work and commitment. You have been superb ambassadors for the school and the university. Finally, we're proud of you all as the newest members of the Salford family. Today, you join the university's diverse, talented, and distinguished alumni family, and we hope you'll stay in touch and will come back to share with us the exciting successes which lie in front of each and every one of you. Someone once said, this is not the end, this is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. Today is the start of your beginning. You are about to embark upon successful careers as so many Salford graduates have done before you in industry, in the community, in research, and in many other walks of life. Go out there and stand proud as a Salford graduate. On behalf of everyone in the School of Science, Engineering and Environment, I congratulate you and I wish you luck for whatever your futures may hold. Please don't forget us. I can assure you we will never forget you. It's been an exciting year for our school, but it's also been a year of significant achievement for our university as a whole. And therefore, I'm very proud to introduce our presiding officer of this ceremony, the Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay.
Thank you very much, Professor Sweeney. It's wonderful to be here and to share this fantastic, special day with you. I'm enormously proud as your Chancellor to stand here and to get a chance to nod my head at each and every one of you that is shortly going to be coming up onto this stage. I'm sorry that I can't shake everybody's hand, but I must say for me that's a bit of a relief, because, you know, you wouldn't believe the amount of hands that were absolutely soaking in nervous sweat that you'd have to shake and then kind of gingerly go like this. So it is. There are highlights and there are lowlights of these years that we've had. I'd like to really welcome all of our distinguished guests and graduates. I'd like to welcome your family. Hello, families. Hello, friends. Oh, not many friends there. Hello, supporters. Hello, supporters. So your family, friends, and supporters, you're all very welcome to this special ceremony to celebrate the day that you become a graduate of the University of Salford. Today marks accumulation of years of hard work for you, and recognising your success is rightly the highlight of our university calendar. It's the thing that we all enjoy doing most. I can say this on behalf of all the academic staff behind me, and on behalf of Sir Keith Bradley, the chair of the University Council, that we're very happy to have here with us too. And all of us share in your success. It is just a kind of day where we have that thing when you feel like intense pride. You have a kind of internal glow. And your families will know that feeling of extreme pride. It's probably like no other human emotion, because it makes you feel just really pleased. And also, you hardly ever get a chance to feel proud of yourself, to actually be able to look in the mirror and say, yes, I've done it. And some of you might have done it against the odds. Some of you might have come to university later in your life than you expected. Some of you might have been through very, very difficult things in these last few years. And certainly in the last couple of years, the time at university wouldn't have been exactly what you'd had in mind. But nonetheless, you will have made friends, and hopefully some of these friends will be lifelong friends. You will have changed. You will have developed. You'll have changed your consciousness sometimes, your beliefs and things. You'll have changed your attitude towards work, towards science, towards engineering, and towards the environment in which we live. And you'll be forming and changing all the time, because learning is a process and it's not a single event. And today we're at a single event that marks the fact that learning is a process. So it's a kind of conundrum, really, in a way, something for us to get our heads around, particularly the people up there. Hello, people to the top. Just to let you know, I see you. Not in a threatening way or anything. I was the first in my family to go to university. I came from a Scottish working class family, so they were very chuffed with me. I was adopted, actually, by my mum and dad. My dad came from Glasgow, and my mum from Fife, both Scottish. And but my original father was from Nigeria. I like that. Do you like that noise? And my original mother was from the Highlands of Scotland. just not doing it for me. We should go, aye, or something like that. Yes, but so it's quite an interesting experience. And when I first found my birth mother, I discovered her to be a Mormon, living in Milton Keynes by then. And my mum said to me, "Oh Jesus, that's the pits, a Mormon. We and have a wee half bottle and forget all about it," because my mum was a communist. So it was very funny. And then when I found my birth father in Nigeria, he turned out to be a born-again Christian. And he spent the first 2.5 hours of our first meeting singing and dancing and praying around me, which Nigerians will recognize. He said, "You can walk through fire. You won't get burnt. You can swim in dangerous waters. You won't drown. Don't even bother with your hotel safe. God is looking out for you." I shifted uneasily in my seat and thought, Christ almighty, my father's barking mad. Yes, he said he wouldn't tell his family about me at all because I had to be kept a secret. He said, "If people were to know about you, they would lose their faith in God." Thought, pretty strong power to be given and granted. Somebody over there finds that very funny. But one of the things that I think is most important is actually being able to have a sense of humour through difficult times, through traumatic times, through times when we lose people, through times when we have accidents, through times when life doesn't give us the card that we necessarily expect. To treat those times with a bit of grace and a bit of humour actually gets us through. And we know that from the times that we've just lived through, this terrible pandemic, where so many people have suffered so many different kinds of losses, that one of the responses to those losses has been actually to be creative, to dig down deep in yourselves and to find out how to be creative with your talents, with whatever talents that you have. And I kind of don't believe in putting talents into different boxes and saying, that's a science person, that's a maths person, that's an engineering person, that's a creative person. Because to me, the conversation between the different disciplines and finding a way to be creative in these times are what actually makes us really who we become. So you'll be going on from this day forth, and hopefully different days will appear to you differently. When we start on a new future, it can often be quite scary because we don't know exactly what the future holds, and we don't know exactly what doors are going to be open to us. I very much hope, as your Chancellor, that there will be lots of very good surprises along the way, and that you will be confident, brave enough in yourselves to take the road less travelled by, to dare to be different, and to find on that journey through your future ways of still being empathetic to other people, of putting yourselves in others' shoes, and using the very, very best of your wonderful talents to help other people in whatever ways that you can. So I wanted to extend a very warm welcome to your family and friends for coming here to support you today. I know that they'll be feeling an extreme sense of that wonderful internal glow that I was talking about earlier. And I would like you to give them your family, friends and supporters, a huge round of applause to say thank you to them. And just to keep the clapping going a wee bit longer, I would like you to say thank you to the wonderful academic staff at the University of Salford for supporting you. You never forget a good and inspirational teacher. You never forget a surprising act of kindness from somebody. You never forget these moments, small moments that make up, join together your life. The other day, I was presiding over the ceremony, and a man stopped. It's nice when people come across the stage and they feel they can say a word or two to you. So feel free to say a word or two to me. Admire my shoes, whatever you like. And this man said to me, very, very serious, he was kind of trembling with emotion because it's a big thing to get your degree. And he said, "We are here for this moment." And I thought that was really beautiful. Beautiful that we are all here for this particular moment, for you to come across the stage and get your degree. And people cross the stage in a multitude of different ways. We all show our different personalities as we do so. We all show our different shoes. And we all walk in our own shoes and not in somebody else's, perhaps, unless they're borrowed. So, two people got that joke. There's two sharp people over there getting all the jokes. Anyway, it's really, really wonderful. When I was adopted, my mum said to me, "We chose you, we picked you. Other people had to take what they got." And I kind of liked that humour, and I went through life really actually believing that I had been chosen and that I had been picked. And for me, being adopted, I don't know if there are any other adopted or foster people here in the audience or adoptive parents in the audience, but for me, being adopted was a wholly positive experience. So this is my second last ceremony as Chancellor, because at the end of December, I finished being Chancellor. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that lovely, oh, you're so good with your noises. But I finished being Chancellor, and so this is my second last one, and I feel very emotional being here with you to celebrate this and also to think of all the different things that have happened to all of us in this last period of time. I have lost in this last year and a half my mum and my dad and my birth father, who died just 10 days before my mum. And it has been strange suddenly being in the world and without them. So I'm kind of thinking about them, as I know that you'll all be thinking about somebody who's not here too. Because every time we go somewhere, we think of special people that perhaps are not able to see our special moment. So let's give them, the people that are not in the room, that we would like to be in the room, a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. I can tell you're a lovely crowd already. I'm going to finish by reading a short poem. You see that I didn't stick to my speech at all, because I wanted this to be a memorable day for you, and if I stuck to my speech, it probably wouldn't have been. Because I just said loads of facts to you that you can find out elsewhere. I want this to be a memorable day for you, and most of all, I want you to remember me. No, because it's strange, when I graduated, I remember the graduation thing and whatever, but I don't remember the speech of the person doing me, playing me. And when I went to my son's graduation, which I was enormously proud, I don't remember the speech either of the person being me. So hopefully you'll remember some of these bad gags. And you'll remember that nobody had a noise for a Highland person. Whereas lots of people had a noise for a Nigerian person. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to finish with this little poem, which is a poem because we're coming into the new year and you're coming into your new future, and I wish you well in your future. I hope that it surprises you. I hope it meets your expectations. I hope you get a chance to surprise yourself. I hope you use all of your capabilities. I hope you do your very, very, very best. Nobody ever regrets doing their best, but people routinely regret not doing their best. So I hope you get a chance to seize the future with both hands and to go forth and to remember that you're all very welcome back here, where we will welcome you with open Salford arms. Sounds like the name of a pub. Hopefully you'll be heading there later, some of you. Woo! So this is it. Promise. Thank you. Remember the time of year when the future appears like a blank sheet of paper, a clean calendar, a new chance. On thick white snow, you vow fresh footprints, then watch them go with the wind's hearty gust. Fill your glass. Here's to us. Promises made to be broken, made to last. Thank you.
We will now commence the presentation of the undergraduate awards from the School of Science, Engineering and Environment. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Jeff Hyde, Director of Human and Natural Sciences of the School of Science, Engineering and Environment, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Science, Engineering and Environment, I present for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biochemistry, Eugene Ajete. Stephen Holden. Tarbone Teeny. Jessica Summerfield. Nabil Aslam. Melody Bernhard. Nicholas Grassmeader. Charlotte Jackson. Artemis Samakuri. Alicia Stevenson. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biochemistry with Professional Experience, Sophie Stonehouse. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biochemistry with Studies in the USA, Alicia Richards. Joseph Allen Riley. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biology, Ella Damasio. India Jasmine Devaz. Ellie Horner. Kieran Frost. Lucy Louise Kellett. Gemma Louise Lynch. Carrie Sang. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biology with Studies in the USA, George Thomas. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science, Sumaya Al-Namir. Hoda Aziz. Hannah Lorlin Baganu. Jennifer Bold Lacerda. Onikacha Kuwu Ruth Ullum. George William Herons Alikrim. Sandeep Kaur. Hanifa Sandra Louisa Lutanadio. Vasiliki Mitaki. Telma Mandim Nankrasa. Rebecca White. Nabia Ahmed. Ohud Al-Fahidi. Hussam Al-Nawal. Habiba Begum. Tamina Islam Chowdhury. Huda Ali Alamari. Josie Gocha. Arisha Baba Hussain. Maria Sana Hussain. Brittany Ella Jackson. Danielle Kelsall. Zaryab Khan. Asad Muhammad. Samia Moose. Kevin Robin. Yusra Sahab. Jade Shortall. Haris Yunas. And for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science, Pathology Laboratory based, Jordan Nathan Elton. Shane Rhodes. Hannah May Williams. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science with Professional Experience, Inoka Damayanthi Malalagama. Rachel Timilane Adijemu. Megan Elizabeth McDermott, Emma Louise Roberts, and for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Chemistry, Temideo Ebenezer Abbas Abbas, Manisha Proma Alom, Mohammed Mohsin Hussain, Edward Grant Russell, and for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Chemistry with Professional Studies, Alexandre Forbes Lambon. And for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Human Biology and Infectious Diseases, Patrick Dancer, Luke Halstead, Grace Marie Taylor, Christine Banks, Naomi Holden, Isabella Shaw, and Mohammed Zishan.
We will now continue the presentation of the undergraduate awards from the School of Science, Engineering and Environment. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Gemma Lace, Associate Dean, Academic Student Experience of the School of Science, Engineering and Environment, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Science, Engineering and Environment, I present the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Marine Biology. Olivia McCoy. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Medicinal Chemistry, Francisca Abadesi Abbas. Fatima Mazar Malik. Takudswa Linda Marinda. Jaisha Mariam Ahmed. Mohammed Abdul Hassan. Agnieszka Bita Wiskuga. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Pharmaceutical Science, Mohammed Ali. Muha Chawlu. Taqwa Ali Mohammed Almari. Yvette Kuzir. Anissa Hussain. Zain Iqbal. Bilal Kal. Shalini McLaren. Rukaya Nadeem. Nicole Obaima. Mariah Salim. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Physics, Dylan Atkinson. Matthew Christopher Bayfield. Jonathan Bowker. Keris Brooke. Thomas Joseph Davies. Adam Gervais Marshall. Anna Francis McKinney. Christopher Monk. Ishmael Panchbayu. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Pure and Applied Physics, Jodie Lee Salmon. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Wildlife and Practical Conservation, Gregory Pitcher. Gabriella Lola Beale. Gemma Bennett. Jenna Bradbury. Molly Bell Core Hyde. Corinne Davies. Bronwyn Dennis. Niall Thomas Doherty. Freya Ford. Bethany Jones. Hannah Mercer. Sean Smithhurst. Grace Mary Waugh. Chelsea Louise Whittingham. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Wildlife Conservation and Zoo Biology, Kelly Hitchcock. Amelia Jade Nixon. Rebecca Still. Shona Bancroft. Caitlin Bridgedon. Libby Davenport. Romy Davies. Katie Ellen. Alexandra Griffin. Robin Harris. Bethany Jane Officer. Courtney Page Richardson. Shannon Jade Richardson. Daniel Jordan Roberts. Sam Singleton. Robert Southern Coward. Abigail Paris Wills. Grace Woolhouse. Hannah K. Udall. The award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Wildlife Conservation and Zoo Biology with Professional Studies, Catherine Callahan. Ashley Jane Church. Nathan William Green. Saskia Claudia Jane Backer. Miranda Brown. Megan Neve Frater. Saffron Summer Goddard. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Zoology, Erin Davies. Natasha Allen. Amy Cooper. Ella Cooper. Lucy Georgia Danvers. Claire Annabelle Howson. Rebecca Maria Jones. Shay Lewis Marsden. Aaron William Mottershead. Alexandra Sandy Pike. Lauren Joanne Brennick. Alexandra Valentine. Rebecca Jane Wiseman. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Zoology with Marine Biology, Laura Howarth. Ellen Elizabeth Smith. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Zoology with Professional Studies, Rebecca Ward. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science, Vivian Akinola. Sarah Aterio. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Wildlife Conservation with Zoo Biology, Megan Finch.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, please can I ask all guests to remain seated until all the graduates have left their seats. I would now like to invite the Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay, to close the ceremony.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been wonderful to share that moment. How exciting that you are now graduates of the University of Salford. Graduates, can I now ask you to please put on your hats? Very, very exciting. I find it extraordinary sharing that moment with each of you as you passed by me on the stage. Everybody has a different way of nodding. You wouldn't believe that everybody could have such a different way of nodding, but it's true. I'll probably be nodding in my sleep tonight, affirming myself in some sort of way or another. It is very extraordinary, but most of us don't really like having to be watched walking. We don't like the idea that somebody can watch us walking across the stage from one to another and one side to another, but a few people actually really love it. And they walk across the stage like that, and it's interesting, isn't it, how we all take to the stage very differently. Often we walk across the stage petrified that we're going to fall. Somebody yesterday did actually fall. I know. And he went tumbling down, and it was quite a fall. But then he raised himself up with such a flourish. And he went like this. And it allowed me to quote Nelson Mandela, which is, it's not so much if you fall that's a problem, but how you get up. And everybody clapped him again. I didn't want to tell you that beforehand in case it... I thought it might jinx you. But it is strange because we worry about all of these things, and yet we've been through this. You've been through this years to get your degree, and it all comes down to this moment of getting your degree, passing the stage, and having a wee nod. And now, afterwards, it will hopefully come down to some celebration. Not necessarily in moderation. Celebration with your family and with your friends to celebrate the fact that you have today become a graduate of the University of Salford. You can see that we're all clapping you because we're all very proud of you too. You're all very proud of yourselves, and your family are all very proud of you. So it's absolutely fantastic. I can't imagine that anybody could come to a ceremony like this and not get a buzz just from the sheer energy in the room. The people that have said, and some people said as they crossed the stage, I've made it just. One person said that. Quite a few people admired my shoes. And somebody said to me very touchingly, don't ever change, Chancellor. Oh, I thought that was really lovely, and I'll take that to heart. Thank you. And somebody else managed to say to me, "You've got a beautiful soul." And he didn't mean the sole in my shoes. And I thought that was really lovely too. So thank you to those people that took a wee moment to say nice things. And thank you to the people that had nice things to say but weren't able to say them. And thank you to all of you for making this such a special ceremony for me, my second last one as Chancellor. And thank you for all of you just for being in this room all together, because isn't it strange to be able to be back in a room with people? Yes. It used to be the very first year that I had as Chancellor. I've been here for 6 years now. The first year as Chancellor, we had these group photographs outside, and the graduates were asked to throw their hats. And one of them, I'd taken off my hat just to show the spirit of things, you know, and one of them threw their hat, and it hit me right in the back of the head and actually felled me to the ground. It knocked me unconscious. And I thought, what a silly death that would have been, you know, a mortal wound by a mortarboard. So they stopped the practice of throwing the hats, and it was funny because my partner got it up, got that bit of the thing, it was all videoed, and she got it up and was able to show me being felled in slow motion. Play it again. It was quite strange. So we don't do that anymore, but you probably will get a chance to have your photographs taken more than once today, and to enjoy being in your wonderfully special outfits. I think you're probably the best dressed of all the graduation ceremonies I've seen so far. Loved it, loved the outfits, loved the times when people take the pleasure in getting dressed up and enjoy getting dressed up. It was just fantastic. So on behalf of the University of Salford, I'd like to offer to you and your families and your friends and your supporters a huge congratulations from each and every one of us. I would like to make a few thank yous just before we close. I'd like to thank the people that organise these graduations. A massive amount of work, as you can imagine, goes into them. So I'd like to thank all of them, but in particular Lisa Hall, Emily Thomas, and Gemma Stewart. I'd like to thank all the people that you see at the back there in red. Just give them a wee nod as you leave as well. The stewards, the ushers, and the marshals, thank you to all of them. I'd like to thank our wonderful mace carrier, Festus, Robert, the mace bearer, who does it with such grace and dignity. And I would like to ask you to all stand in a minute or two when we will leave this ceremony. I hope you have a really wonderful time. I hope life is more than kind to you. I hope plenty of chances come your way, and I hope you keep your ethical standards in yourself, your empathy and your courage and your determination to be exactly yourself, to dare to be exactly yourself. Congratulations, one and all. Can I ask you all to please stand? Thank you. Thank you very much. I can now declare this ceremony closed.